Is a city with a big heart, and she knows it well. It's where she met her husband and got married.
I know it's hard for us to think about healing when our hearts are broken. Let us wrap our arms around one another and offer comfort and solace and love.
And it's what we'll continue to do until something changes. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. For Nora O'Donnell and Adriana Diaz, I'm Jerika Duncan in Lewiston, Maine. Good night.
Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY CBS 40.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 6. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome in on a Thursday evening. It was another toasty one today.
A little toasty, a little steamy almost.
Yeah. Well, that's again the dew points getting up into the 50s and even close to 60. That means there's a lot more moisture in the air. It's all ramping up to get us that rain that we desperately need. It's still not out there yet, but it's getting closer. Here's a look at the 4-hour clouds and radar together. And we've noticed clouds on the increase, especially this afternoon. And back to the west, yeah, there are a few returns on the radar, but it's all very light. It's still going to take a while before we get the showers in here, but more so tomorrow across the area. Cloudy now and mainly cloudy tonight. Showers coming in late, and you see that low of only 68. With a 30% chance of showers and a south wind at 12. Higher rain chances coming in for the weekend. I'll talk about that and the big cool down coming for Halloween in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, our top story, we are learning more about a disturbing turn of events as police were searching for a reported person with a gun on the Franklin Simpson High School property on Tuesday. We now know that around 2 p.m. as authorities were actively working to locate that person, someone called in a bomb threat to the Franklin Simpson Middle School. Police say at the same time, a student posted on Facebook that they were going to, quote, shoot up the school. All Franklin Simpson schools were placed on lockdown. Moments later, Franklin PD says they were able to find a juvenile on Cherry Street matching the description of the reported suspect on the high school property, who was also carrying a gun. He was taken into custody. Police traced the number that called the bomb threat into the middle school. A middle school age juvenile was taken into custody. And a third juvenile, who authorities say was responsible for making the shooting threat on Facebook, was also taken into custody. All 3 juveniles are now facing charges. That investigation still ongoing. Drug overdoses are a growing concern, with the number of deaths rising each year, especially in Kentucky. This weekend, organizations are working to combat that problem. A drug prevention seminar is planned for Saturday at the Bob Kirby branch of the Warren County Public Library. Starting at noon, speakers who work directly with overcoming addiction, as well as those with the Opioid Response Network, will be there to teach the community about overcoming this issue.
Talk about how to talk to your children, you know, how to identify if your children are on drugs. If anybody has a drug overdose, what do you do? What do you do in the case of an emergency if something happens to someone and they try to kill themselves with pills or something like that?
The event is free of charge. Organizers say there are no dumb questions. They'll be performing CPR training and teaching people how to use Narcan. If you're looking to get more information or to get involved with the organization behind the event, you can email bgcinitiative@gmail.com. More local news now at the WKU Nicely Conference Center. Almost 4,000 kids will come in and out of the building by the end of the week to get a glimpse of what the future could hold for them. News 40's Michael Ridgway joins us in the studio with more details.
That's right, Morgan. At the Nicely Conference Center, 8th graders from all over the viewing area, even Adair County, are converging in Bowling Green to help get an idea of what kind of jobs are out there and the resources needed. Take a look.
We have a SCK launch experience, which is really the culmination of our 8th graders in the region learning about the careers in our region and then coming to a hands-on experience.
Every year, the Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce holds an event for kids about to hit high school, hoping to set them up to be career ready and get an idea of what they like.
None of the education institutions are really a destination. The career is the destination. We're trying to expose more and more young people and their adults in their lives to the great careers that are available in our region.
One student in the computerized manufacturing and machining program at SkyCTC said he's happy to have found out about a trade shortly after high school.
Now, that's a pretty sweet deal for 2 years, no debt. I feel like a lot of kids in high school and middle school just don't know that these kinds of trades exist. You know, I didn't when I was in high school. It was all college, college, college.
He's been helping out at his booth talking to kids about what he does, and he said even if it's small, it's a victory.
You know, even if 1% of those 30 or 40 kids actually came here and did a trade program through Sky, you know, that's fantastic in my opinion.
The program has also garnered some attention from outside Kentucky, as visitors from further south hope to glean some ideas.
And so we discovered the SCK launch experience because we want to offer something similar in our city and county. And so after doing our search, we realized that the Bowling Green area was doing probably the best job. And so we wanted to come benchmark this group. And so we brought representatives from our school district, or one of our school districts, one of our community colleges, and the Chamber of Commerce, and then also the business community to understand in person what this experience is all about and how we can try to replicate something similar in our area.
The president of the Bowling Green Chamber told me today that over the few years, they've went from just 1 day of programming to 2, and that it's become so big they actually have to turn away some outside communities. He said he hopes that this serves as an inspiration to other regions across Kentucky and bordering the state to start something like this back at home. Morgan, back to you.
All right, Michael. Well, a local 3rd grade teacher is celebrated today with a $25,000 award, receiving an incredible honor from the Milliken Foundation. News 40's Noah Fairber has those details.
At Jennings Creek Elementary School, students are curious as to why their superintendent and the lieutenant governor are in the gym. What they and one teacher do not know is that his life is about to change.
2 weeks ago, we had a meeting with myself, Mr. Clayton, and then 2 people from KDE to let us know that somebody had been selected here, and they let us know it was Mr. Baker. But we were sworn to secrecy. Teachers were speculating all week. They thought wild things, but I tried to make them think Taylor Swift was coming and all kinds of things to get them out of there, because some of them are really, I mean, all of our teachers are super intelligent, but they're inquisitive. So they actually had mentioned the Milliken a couple times, and I had to act like I never heard of it.
Mr. Baker didn't win $25, $250, or even $2,500. He won $25,000 from the Milliken Foundation for being one of the top educators in the United States.
I hope it allows me to continue getting better at what I do, because I don't feel like I'm worthy of being recognized to be one of the top teachers in our nation. So hopefully I can learn from people who have even more wisdom and know-how than I do. So I'm very humbled, though, to be a part of it.
Interim Education Commissioner Robin Kinney is excited for Shane and reiterates how important teachers are to the Commonwealth.
I wish we could recognize them all with a very special ceremony to each and every one of them. But we must keep remembering that in schools across the Commonwealth, there are great teachers like Mr. Baker everywhere.
In Bowling Green, because local teachers matter, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
All right, Noah, members of the Kentucky National Guard who served on the U.S. southwestern border are honored today during a welcome back ceremony. Governor Andy Beshear was also on hand to recognize the men and women who have assisted the Department of Homeland Security and Customs and Border Protection security missions since 2020. More than 750 Kentucky soldiers were taking part in security and aviation missions and enhanced support to border security operations to ensure that custom agents and border protection agents were able to conduct their law enforcement work more efficiently.
The battalion supported 5 Border Patrol stations, enhancing the Border Patrol's ability to intervene in more than 572,000 illegal border crossings.
Governor Beshear also says that the National Guard soldiers were also instrumental in curbing the flow of illegal drugs over the border. Well, now for a little taste of India right here in Bowling Green. The India Oven restaurant has gotten a little bit more popular than it already was, thanks to a Cave City content creator that recently went viral. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more.
Holy crap! This might be the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Cave City native Luke Collins had never tried Indian food before visiting
India Oven.
So he thought it would be a good idea to do one of his popular TikTok food reviews on the restaurant.
I've seen people on TikTok and all that eat Indian food, and it does pretty good. And I see that they would get butter chicken and all from India, and they'd always highly rate it. They always say, it's so good. And so I was like, man, I really want to try that too.
The video took off on TikTok. Now it has over 15 million views and even more across other platforms such as X, formerly known as Twitter.
I rated everything like around a 9.8 out of 10. Like that's very close to perfection. So I loved everything to death, and I would love to come back.
India Oven was as surprised as Luke about the popularity of the video. They are happy to see more people in the area trying Indian food.
My friend who doesn't even use the social media that much, he texted me that link back. So if he got that, link, I think it's already was viral or something. So I'm very thankful to him for doing that.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Well, still to come on News 40 at 6, with at least 18 confirmed dead from yesterday's mass shooting in Maine. Authorities continue their nationwide manhunt for the suspect. We'll have more on that in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Morris Jewelry is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Beshear crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Beshear really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
Get a little spooky at the inaugural Pumpkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Come out and enjoy character meet and greets, bouncy houses, food trucks, and cheer runners on. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features Big Al's Chicken. To benefit CASA of South Central Kentucky, see the full lineup at WNKY.com.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40, because local matters.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters. We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen on this steamy Thursday.
Yeah, a little steamy today. We hit 81.
That's amazing.
For a high temperature. 1 degree warmer than yesterday, but things are about to change once we get into the weekend especially. Still, we're looking at 70-degree temperatures for the next several days, even as rain begins to move in. But the trend, well, look at here. It's going to get colder. And not just colder, but look at this. We go from near 80 today, or actually 81 to 48, 78 to 48. There's a 30-degree difference, and that's Monday. There's Tuesday, which is Halloween, still only in the 40s with lows upper 20s. The first hard freeze of the season. Then we go 45 next Wednesday, and a week from today, barely hitting 50. If we even hit that normal high, 68 for this time of the year. So it's big changes are coming. Now, some of this that we're picking up on live radar is upper level moisture in some of the clouds. It's not reaching the ground. If it is, it's just sprinkles. It's back to the west where we're seeing the actual rain coming up out of north central Arkansas and the Boot Hill of Missouri. Cape Girardeau just about getting some showers. Paducah will be among the first to get some of the rain late tonight and early tomorrow morning as we go into your Friday. Right now, temperatures in the 70s, 76 is the temperature right now. According to the Mesonet network, most everybody is in the mid-70s, including the airport, which is at 76. The winds have died down now, southeast at 3. Humidity at 50%, and that's why it feels a little sticky outside. The dew point at 56 for this time of the year. When the dew points get into the mid and upper 50s, it's going to feel muggy, almost like it does in the summertime. So here's the map features. We're looking at maybe some spotty showers trying to work in here tonight, but high pressure still hanging on, and all the shower activities going up and over that dome, that big ridge of high pressure. So tonight and early tomorrow morning, the main core of showers will be over central Indiana. Western Kentucky will start to see better rain chances around here. Southern Kentucky tomorrow morning, just ahead of the frontal boundary. And there will even be some showers back behind the system. This is the one that's going to bring us the colder air, but we're going to wait on the arrival of the cold air because part of this front is going to come back as a warm front on Saturday morning and afternoon, with another band of showers right behind that that'll come in for Sunday and early Monday. So if you're trying to make plans for trick-or-treating on Tuesday, which is Halloween, chilling 40s and maybe even 30s down to the 20s later that night into next Tuesday morning. 68 with a chance of a shower late tonight, the chance about 30%, so not all of you will see that. And then tomorrow, a better chance at 50%, maybe even a thunderstorm, 78, 75 Saturday, 72 Sunday with showers still there. And then the polar plunge takes effect with Monday, a chilly rain and 48. And look at these lows, freezing, below freezing as we get into Tuesday night and Wednesday, the first hard freeze of the season. And we're back with more News 40 coming up, but here's what's on tonight. NBC, or CBS 40.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Kentucky's Attorney General should protect our kids. But as a prosecutor, Russell Coleman gave sweetheart plea deals to dangerous sex offenders. One criminal Coleman faced sexually abused an unconscious child, created child pornography, and got a plea deal for less than the minimum sentence. In case after case, judges overruled Coleman's deals as too soft on predators. Stop Coleman. Protect Kentucky's kids.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
This is my dad, Audie, and he is absolutely precious.
When it came to making some life-changing decisions for my mother, we found the folks here at Massey Springs to be so helpful.
They had that personal touch that we were looking for, and we could tell it was the perfect place for our mom.
We found the folks here at Massey Springs compassionate and caring.
Massey Springs was definitely the right choice for me and my dad.
Massey Springs Senior Living. Here, we're family. Schedule your tour with us today.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore for some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
A massive manhunt continues tonight in the state of Maine. Police are still searching for the suspect in the horrific mass shooting that happened last night. At least 18 are dead, 13 others wounded. The suspect is facing 8 counts of murder so far. Bradley Blackburn has more.
Authorities in Maine are urging residents to shelter in place as they hunt for the gunman believed to be responsible for Wednesday's deadly mass shooting.
He should be considered armed and dangerous. Based on our investigation, we believe this is someone that should not be approached.
We have an active shooter. We have multiple injuries.
Officials say 40-year-old Robert Card, seen here in surveillance photos, opened fire inside a Lewiston bowling alley that hosts a children's bowling league.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop. Thought it was a balloon.
About 10 minutes later, police believe the U.S. Army reservist fired at patrons inside a restaurant 4 miles away. A vehicle belonging to the suspect was found shortly before midnight in a nearby town.
You and me and all these people standing here, we all got to fear for our lives today.
Homicides here in Maine's second largest city are rare. The state itself has long been considered one of the safest in the nation.
This city did not deserve this terrible assault on its citizens, on its peace of mind, on its sense of security. No city does.
A New York National Guard spokesperson says Card was taken to a hospital for a medical evaluation in July after acting erratically during training at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. As the investigation continues, President Biden has ordered flags to be flown at half staff nationwide in honor of the victims. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Lewiston, Maine.
Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan's fee is free. If you don't win your case, you pay nothing. It's easy. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. I think I'm starting to get this.
What would Daniel Cameron's Medicaid plan mean for my patients?
He's threatening to take away health care coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians.
It's very scary that people are not going to have health coverage.
People will not be able to see their doctors. People will not be able to buy medicines.
Many rural hospitals will end up closing their doors.
Cameron is still following his pal, Matt Bevin.
I don't know why you do that.
I don't think Daniel Cameron understands what Kentuckians are going through.
And that is not acceptable for a governor.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags.
Bidenomics is working.
Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Daniel Cameron's staunch position allowing for no exceptions in the case of rape or incest. It is an insult to the injury that these survivors have already made it through.
I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. And there are other little girls out there that need that choice.
And now, Attorney General Cameron is demanding access to the medical records of Kentucky women who go out of state for reproductive health care without their permission. That's extreme, and it's dangerous.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Been in a car or semi-truck accident? Be prepared to take on big insurance. At Flora, Templeton Stewart, we've been fighting for the rights of our injured clients for over 47 years, with results like $1.2 million, $1.7 million, and even $2.8 million for our injured clients. In an accident, call us 24/7 so we can get our team to work for you.
You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
Welcome to sports. The 4th Region Volleyball Championship is now underway at Barron County High School. The Logan County Lady Cougars and Greenwood Lady Gators are facing off with a trip to the state tournament on the line. The Cougars stunned Bowling Green last night, and the Gators knocked off Warren East in a 5-set thriller. When these two teams met in the regular season, Greenwood took all 3 meetings, losing just 2 sets in that span. Be sure to tune in at 10 p.m. to see who's moving on. Well, to the Hill as WKU Volleyball is getting ready for a road series against Louisiana Tech. The Tops are 10-0 in conference play this year, and they travel to Ruston to face the Bulldogs, who are 1-9 against CUSA opponents ahead of this weekend's matchup. Here's what head coach Travis Hudson had to say about the upcoming schedule.
We're in a good routine the rest of the way now. We play Fridays, Saturdays the rest of the way, so we can get good work done. We need it still. I know, we've had an awfully good season to this point, but we still have some things we have to get better at as we eyeball tournament time.
And tonight, Hilltopper Hysteria is back at Diddle Arena as both the men's and women's basketball teams for WKU showcase their talents on campus. The Lady Toppers are coming off a 2nd-place finish in the conference tournament, while the men's squad brings in new head coach Steve Lutz. Both head coaches are excited to showcase what the new season brings.
It's going to be fun on top of it. I mean, it's not going to be me ranting and raving down the sidelines. It's going to be a 3-point contest, a dunk contest, a skills challenge, and some fan interaction stuff. So it should be a fun night. I don't think there's anything going on the 29th in town. So in case I'm wrong, I would like to think that we'd have a lot of people out there.
And this team has every reason to believe they're as good or better than last year's team. And so that part's exciting. And it's exciting to see the community get excited about the young ladies.
Well, the WKU soccer team is set to host New Mexico State in a matchup with the Aggies. The Tops are sitting at 2nd in the Conference USA standings, trailing only behind New Mexico State. The final game of the regular season is set for tomorrow afternoon at the WKU Soccer Complex. Well, tonight the South Warren Spartans are set to host the Logan County Cougars. Cole Scott has more on our game of the week.
As the regular season comes to a close, a pair of 7-2 teams meet up with massive RPI implications on the line. Both the Spartans and the Cougars have their first playoff matches locked down, but for South Warren head coach Brandon Smith, his team is still looking to get into a groove.
Last week wasn't as sharp as we wanted to be, and you kind of want to get in the playoffs, hitting your stride there, and I don't know if we're there yet, so we really need this game to do that. It used to be week 10 was, whatever, I'm just trying to get to the playoffs, but with the RPI, that's not really the case now, so this game's got big consequences for us.
Logan County, on the other hand, has hit their stride, winning their last game over Warren East in convincing fashion, and head coach Todd Adler sees the matchup with the Spartans as an opportunity to grow.
It's a great test before you go into the playoffs each and every year. Coach Smith and his crew do an awesome job,
of coaching our guys, getting our guys ready. And no matter win, lose, or draw, you know, our goal from this game is to learn about ourselves and hopefully see some flaws and see some mistakes that we need to correct before we get into the playoffs.
Both squads have their respective pros and cons at this point in the season, but this week is the last chance to solidify and strengthen those areas.
And special teams, you know, it's been a big flaw for us this year. Continue to get better special teams. Continue to get better in the tackling. You know, we missed a lot of tackles. It's created a lot of big plays for other teams that we played.
The Spartans have been strong on both sides of the ball for most of the year, but the team is still lacking in one area.
I still think our physicality needs to step up, you know, especially with our skill guys, you know, offensively and defensively. I think the line, you know, has been where, you know, they need to be at this point. You know, there's still some improvement, but our skill guys really got to come on and, you know, and take it to a different level.
These two teams are set to face off Thursday night, but for now, reporting from Bowling Green, Cole Scott, WNKY News 40 Sports.
Well, that's a look at sports. Back to you all at the desk.
All right, Patrick. Well, Chris, what can we expect tonight?
Well, it's going to be cloudy. It's starting to cloud up already. And then overnight, showers coming in late, a low of 68.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We will see you right back here tonight at 10. Have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, I do. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Got a good one for you today from Newport News, Virginia. It's the Shields family. And from Idabel, Oklahoma, it's the Russell family. Everybody's here trying to win themselves some cash, and somebody could have a shot at driving out in a brand new car.